From the palm-fringed patio of the country club at Catalina Island, the National League champion Chicago Cubs leave for their nearby spring training grounds. Well, it's been a long 5 months since most of the boys have seen a baseball. And as they trot toward the field, they're headed for a strenuous 2 weeks of kink removing and weight reducing to ready them for a new season. Practice starts with a pepper game, a loosening up exercise that restores the feel of bat, ball, and glove after the long winter layoff. It's a lot of fun to get back into harness, whether rookie or veteran, in this preseason warm-up. Take a look at Dizzy Dean warming up and pitching his first ball of the season. Next, batting practice. And it's a swell feeling to pull out the first long one, even if it is a foul. Rookie pitchers take the mound in early training, while more seasoned players try to separate the horsehide from the stuffing as they slug for imaginary bleachers, while some of the other boys deal them off the hickory to keep the infielders busy. As training progresses, the men start to build up endurance and to click as a well-knit team as they approach season form. But to find out what makes a team go, let's study some of the individual players and the part each plays in America's national pastime. Anchorman of the infield is the dependable first baseman, and many a promising hit is nipped in the bud when he puts one foot on the sack and thrusts out his glove to complete a put out. You know, it's not by chance that most first basemen are tall and lanky, for the ability to reach for a ball that's thrown high or wide is an important part of covering first base, and his extra inches may mean the difference between safe and out. When the batter rolls one down the baseline, the third baseman performs one of his special functions, fielding a sacrifice bunt. He has to come in for it on the run, scoop it up, and toss it across the diamond in one smooth motion. This throw is slightly high, and as the first baseman jumps into the air, the runner comes across safe by a split second. Most agile men in the infield are usually the shortstop and the second baseman, whose footwork and quick ball handling are part of the game's color and excitement. One or both of these players usually figure in the most spectacular action of the defensive side of the game, the double play. Here's the most common double play combination: shortstop to second to first, the play that made the term tinkers to Evers to chance a byword for cooperation. I guess the true baseball fan probably gets more excitement out of a snappy double play than from anything else in the game except a home run. When he sees a man safe on first, hears another crack that might be a hit, and then sees lightning teamwork changing into 2 out, boy, he's watching a ball game. Here's a less common double play. The third baseman fields the ball, snaps it to second, forcing the runner, and then tosses it to first to make it 2 out. Unsung hero of many a ball game is the catcher, the man in the iron mask, the receiving end of the battery combine whose strategy contributes to winning ball games. Carefully hidden behind his leg are signals which call for a fast ball, slow ball, or a curve. Now, most catchers like Gabby Hartnett are veterans of the big leagues and can tell from years of experience the weakness of any batter who steps up to the plate. But standing behind the plate and pegging them back to the pitcher is not the catcher's sole job. Gus Mancuso demonstrates what a fast-moving catcher can do by putting his firmly planted feet into motion, tossing off his mask, and getting under a high foul. And when he isn't pulling them out of the sky, he may be dashing out into the field after a short bunt. Now, the most important position in a ball game is on the mound, for strong pitching arms win pennants. Bill Lee helped to pitch his club into the pennant race last year with his fast ball. And Larry French, another mainstay of the Cubs pitching staff, aided too with his tricky curve. Actually, there are only 3 basic pitches: fast, slow, and curve, although there are several types of curves. Charlie Root shows one variation, the knuckleball. Gripping the ball between fingertips and thumb, He releases it with a little wrist action to give a tricky break to the path of the ball and fool the batter. But the most important quality of a pitcher is control. And with this glass frame, which is the same size as the strike area, Dizzy Dean shows how he can put a ball where the batter finds it hardest to hit. Strike one, high and outside. Strike two, high inside. Strike three, low outside. And if he needed one more, it would be strike four. Low inside. Most of the science of baseball is on the defensive side, but good batters are born, not made. Of course, there are some fundamentals that make any batter a more consistent hitter. In Phil Cavaretta's batting, we see the weight shift from the bat to the front foot and a perfect follow-through. Here, Dick Bartell gives an excellent example of the level swing that makes sizzling line drives. Bunting is an important part of teamwork, and many a runner would be left on base except for a sacrifice bunt by a teammate. This is a perfect example of a sacrifice. Good fielding puts the batter out, but the man who was on first advanced to second. It would seem that by far the simplest part of baseball should be running around the bases. With a novice, it's just a case of dashing as fast as possible from sack to sack. But there's more to it than that. For instance, taking the proper lead off base is a science in itself. The runner takes a short lead until the pitcher winds up. As soon as he sees it's a clean hit, he's off like a shot and makes two bases on a single because of his intelligent lead. Every big league player thinks not only for himself, but for his teammates. The man coming from third turns as he approaches the plate to guide the runner coming from second and signals that he can come in standing up to avoid the danger of sliding. Baseball, as it's played in the big leagues, is a science. Each team a smooth-running, complicated machine. But whether it be big league or sandlot, there is nothing scientific or complicated about the biggest thrill in baseball, the home run. The lucky clout that makes baseball the exciting, spectacular game that it is, that has kept it on the top for the past 100 years as America's #1 sport.